Alright guys, I took those jars and stuff out and I put a handful of these little snails in here to clean up a lot of that debris and stuff off the bottom. So I noticed some of them little catfish fry, you know, they'd get tangled up and be squiggling and struggling. So I put them in there to clean it up. It seems to have done the trick. I don't know if you can see any swimming around in there. I can. See them dart here and there. There's a nice little handful in there. Let me put a little bit of this powdered food in here and see if I could get them stirred up. Yeah, there's one between those two snails right there. Maybe I'll zoom in. Dude. See if I could still find it. Where is he? You guys see that little sucker? He was swimming towards that sponge filter. Or she. Hold on. You know what? I'll get some food in there. Alright guys, I put a little bit of powdered food. I don't know if you can see that with the view, but if you look at the surface, there's a nice fine little powdering of food across there. Once the scent gets in the water, these little guys just start swimming all over the place. See back there in that little, to the left of the sponge, as we face it, that little clearing. You might see them dancing back and forth across there. Let me zoom in. Zoom in. Oh. Come on. As soon as I zoom in, oh, there goes one. I'm going to say they start scurrying all over the place. There goes one. You see them back there going back and forth? Well, that's happening all throughout the tank. So there's a nice little handful. Look over there by that. Well, it was by the corner of the sponge. There was a handful. Oh, heck, one just went by the front glass. You see that one? As long as I keep that dark background over it, you can see it. But as soon as it hits the light background, you can't see them. Oh, yeah, they're really scurrying about now. Probably, oh, yeah, coming up to the surface. Right here on the front glass. You can't see them well unless I get something dark behind them. Let me zoom out. Maybe you can see a little better. There's one over there. See it? Back there by that snail, between the snail and the sponge, there was a bunch of them. See if I can. You see them swimming around? Right there by that little ledge. Well, anyway, in a couple days you guys will really be able to see them. They grow pretty fast when they're young. They grow quite fast, and then when, you know, once they hit like an inch or so, then they tend to slow down. But anyway, that's them baby Synodontis. The baby version of these guys. And they're like, hey man, feed us. Look at that. Synodontis, Synodontis. A lot of people refer to this species as Synodontis petricola still, but they're actually the Synodontis lucipinnis, which is much more common and widely available in the trade as opposed to the true petricolas. Wonderful little catfish though. And there we go. Boom, boom, bam. You can see them scurrying about in that clearing, huh? All over the place. See them little dots swimming around? Alright guys. If you look at these baby blue marble angelfish, you see they're hatching out quite well. There's still a couple hanging there on the tile from their little adhesive threads on the back of their heads there, holding them together in little groups. Majority of them have hatched out though and are distributed amongst the bottom edge of that jar in there. But think I'll gently blow off the remainders that are still hanging on that tile. Get that tile out of there. Do me a little partial water change on this water in the jar. After hatching, the water kind of fouls up some, you know. I want to prevent die-off. Sometimes if you don't do that, the water will foul quick and you'll have die-off, and you'll be regretful that you didn't take that extra little step to ensure their survival. But yeah, baby blue marbles right there. Boom, boom, bam. Try to get you a good view of them so you can see them. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. Maybe I had to clean the little lens. Oh, you can see them dancing around, can't you? Swaying with the current. I'll show you the parents. Here's the proud mother. And right here, the proud father. Turn sideways, mister. Boom. He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, baby. You better take good care of my youngins. Here's her sister. Her brother. And here's that first spawn from that same pair. They're growing up pretty good. I need to clean the tank. Do a little wiping so that you can see them better. There's a little film of algae over the glass. It prevents this here from focusing good, but you get the general idea. They look pretty good, huh? Nice little blue marble babies. Alright guys, have a good one. Time to get to work. I gotta go get some brine shrimp eggs so I can feed these little suckers yonder here. So I can feed them little suckers. You know what I mean? Load of this. As soon as I get ready to leave the room, I see little baby catfish dancing all over the place. Pull out the camera, then they all start trying to hide. They were going nuts in that clearing right there and all by the sponge here, darting about. I think it just may be this big white phone. You know, I put it up and it startles them, so they want to take shelter. They don't want to become someone's lunch. A big old thing coming at them, all white looking, probably makes them think it's some sort of predator. But yeah, there's a good handful in here. Sorry, false alarm. I thought you guys would get to see a cool sight. Whole bunch of little catfish dancing about. Look at all that snail crap. You know, that's much better than all the little fungused up stuff that these babies didn't eat, or old egg shells and whatnot. And I didn't really want to do too much of a siphon in here because it's hard to distinguish the babies from the bull crap at this size. So I try to be real careful. I don't want to siphon up babies. Alright guys, now I mean it. Have a great day.